Hello students, welcome to Martha Degree College. In last class, we can see what are the benefits convergence of Indian accounting standards with IFRS. So in this class, we'll analyze what are the problems that India is faced when converting Indian accounting standards with IFRS. So let's see the first one, difference in GAAP and IFRS. So GAAP here refers to generally accepted accounting principles. So in India, we have certain set of accounting standards that we are followed according to as per the required by the government. So, but when you try to merge of Indian accounting standards with IFRS, there might be some differences because we have a set of principles and practices. That IFRS system has a set of principles and practices. So when we try to match the both, so it's very difficult task, and moreover sometimes it won't accept that rigidity of the standards like Indian accounting standards with IFRS. That is what we call it as there is a lot of differences between our accounting standards and IFRS accounting standards. Then issue of gap reconciliation. So here reconciliation refers to adjusting. For example, what we have done, what have to be recorded, that we reconcile. Example, the how we can reconcile the profit and loss and cost sheet or some other own cost statement. So like that we are reconciling of Indian accounting standards with IFRS. So that we recorded something first, again we re-record it. Best example, reconciliation of cash book and passbook. So that is what we call it. So both have different phases. So what is right as per the IFRS, sometime it may wrong. So first we entered under wrong posting, again we reconcile as per the IFRS. So this reconciliation also, it will become very difficult to implement the reconciliation for the entire financial statements, especially the profit and loss account and balance sheet. You keep on reconciliation, it won't come to an end to get. That is what we call it as issue of gap reconciliation. Then look at the next one, training and education. See, IFRS is the standards. So base, for example, if you studied in India standard accountancy and if you studied in a Harvard University standard accountancy, so both will be different. So the education system of our will be different, the education system of international standards will be different. So on that time what happened, the people cannot meet up the challenges globally. So it might be very difficult to suddenly to give training of the professionals for next 6 months, then we can start IFRS. It won't happen. So it has to start from the roots. The education system also, it should be completely changed. So on that time also we can properly implement the IFRS standards. That's what the lack of training it holds, and the education also, it needs some necessary changes from the root levels of the foundation courses. Then legal and regulatory considerations. So legal and regulatory considerations also we have to take into account. So whatever the country it might be, some countries may accept IFRS, some countries may not accept IFRS. So differences in laws, differences in legal system, differences in federal foundation. So a number of things are taken into account, and how you regulate, that will be very important. If you regulate only for few companies, okay. If you regulate for all companies, what happens? So they need a proper system basically and globally. That is what you got as legal and regulator consideration. And next one is taxation. So what do you mean by taxation here? And when you look at the taxation, so taxation is nothing but tax planning of the system. So tax planning, taxation levels, tax rates, completely different from a state to state, even sometimes in states also. So when the taxation system is completely different from a country to country, obviously it affects that profits. For example, some companies get deductions, some companies they not get tax incentives. For example, Indian taxation system is completely different from American taxation system, especially if you take exemptions, everything into account. So the taxation system It's not never become a same and it won't become tally. So the taxation system also severely affect the IFRS implementation. For example, I prepared as per Indian accounting standards. So as per the Indian law, I have certain exemptions, so I can get exempted, I get more profits. When you prepare as per IFRS, the exemptions won't taken into account. So there are at the same time tax rates. The tax rates also will not become same. It will become different from country to country. So on that time, it severely affects the company's profits and it severely changes the company's financial statements. That is what we call it as taxation. And then fair value measurement. So fair value measurement here refers to how you recognize that your company's assets, various assets and various liabilities, how you treat, how you record, etc. So on that time, the fair value measurement will not be acceptable. It needs certain professionalism globally. It won't become work out for the companies when you take into account of fair value measurement. So this fair value measurement of the certain non-current assets and current assets and certain non-recurring liabilities, it changes its originality. The company changes its original existing balance sheet to the new one. Again, they have some problems of holding a fair value of measurement, activities and criteria. Then renegotiation of the contract. So renegotiation means, for example, one project contract has been signed today for next 20 years. Tomorrow the accounting standards will get changed. So what happened to the project? So it impacts, again it impacts in a number of ways. So the renegotiation of the projects either might be a financial statement, based on the financial statements, the number of companies is going to do some activities. So that is what we call it as renegotiation. It will be difficult if you keep on changing of your accounting system and accounting records. So the renegotiation of the contracts will become very hard in the nature of IFRS. Then reporting system. So reporting system also it will be very difficult, it is very different. So if you prepare as per your country's generally accepted accounting principles, so if you prepare only one statement or even certain notes that are required, no problem. So when the reporting system is suddenly get changed, again it leads to difficulties of conveying the existing information to the end users. Again, the investors, they may look at the transparent way. On the time when there is no transparent standards, this year if you go with IFRS, suddenly next year they drop the IFRS, again you come back to the old system. So what happens to your transparency there? So it may leads to certain further problems. That is what we call it as problems in reporting systems. So these are the challenges of India faced while implementation of IFRS with accounting standards.